Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Pops Reviews, and back with the Pandora's Box listings again. So, let's get right at them. I'm gonna try and do H, I, J, and maybe K, but we'll see how far we get. And this is, I believe, part 4 of the Pandora's Box game listing. So let's start with H. So here we have Hachu. Hachu. Never heard of Hachu. Some sort of action game. Hammer and Harry. Another game I've never really heard of. Uh, Again, an action adventure game. Happy 6 and 1. So this is kind of interesting because I actually know this game. It's a game. I believe it is called Pasoi Dos, where you can make. You're playing against 4 players, and you have to. It goes by, you could play by suits, and you could play doubles, you could play a single card, you could play doubles. You're trying to beat the higher suit. uh so if a guy plays double threes, you could play a double three as long as I believe the spades is higher, or it calls by suit. But then you could like the threes, you could play double four, double five, double nine, and so on. But you have to beat the number, and if you play the same number, you have to then use the suit. You have to have the higher suit to be able to play the same number. So it's kind of interesting game, and you can also make poker hands. So and lay down the poker hands as long as the hands are higher. So you have to have a knowledge of poker. So it's an interesting game, but it's in Japanese, so it's a little. I have to play with it more to be able to understand how to lay down the poker hands, but. Cool game if you know it. So card game on here. Hardhead, never heard of this before. Not really my speed here. Kind of old school looking. Hard yardage, football game. Never really heard of this one either in the arcades. Maybe some of you had, and I love football. Hasamu. This is a type of mahjong game. Hatch Catch, maybe a type of Tetris game. Haunted Castle. Looks like a kind of Castlevania type game in the arcade. Haunted Castle Arcade. So this is probably a double. This is probably a Japanese version, maybe. Tell by the writing there. Head Panic. Never played it. Looks like a kind of a Bubble Bobble Mario Brothers kind of game. Heavy Barrel, never tried this either. Action adventure game. Heavy Smash, sport game, futuristic kind of looking sport game. Looks like handball soccer on speed, kind of like. Looks pretty interesting. Yeah, maybe I might give it a shot. Hebereki no Poopon. Maybe a kitty kind of Tetris. Hellfire, shooter game, plane shooter. Again, type of Life Force type of game. Looks all right. Hexa, another puzzle columns kind of game. Hexian, never played this. Again, another puzzle one. Hippodrome. I have no idea what this is. Made by Data East. Some sort of fighter. Not too familiar with it. I know it might have been a decent game in the arcades. Hit the Ice. Hockey game, 2-on-2. It's a decent game. Whole Land, never heard of it. A shooter. Hook. Arcade beat 'em up game. It's alright. A duplicate of Hook. So again, like I said, not too many duplicates. For sure you're getting, I believe, 1,200 games on here. So they advertise for 1,300. Like I said, I believe you're getting, over 1,200 at least. There's the odd duplicates, as you can see as we're going through the list. There hasn't been duplicate games. Like you're getting a good games on their own, which is pretty cool. Hopper Robo, no idea. Hot Dog Storm. A shooter. Well, it's all right, I guess. Hunting the Sea. Another shooter. Lots of shooters on here, like I keep saying, guys. Hyper Duel. Well, looks pretty good. Lots of action. Hyper Pac-Man. Let's see. Was a different styled kind of Pac-Man. Not too sure. Hyper Sports Special. And I tried this. It's pretty. These track and field games, like you really gotta like really mash the buttons on here to get them going. So, it's all right. Hyper Street Fighter 2 Anniversary Edition. So there are lots of Street Fighter games on here, guys. Akari 3, always good action games. Icky, no idea what Icky is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for this. I'm not too sure what this is either. Some sort of Pac-Man type of game. Immediate strategy, not too sure. So now we're in the eyes now, guys. We're in the eyes. In the Hunt. Another shooter game. Looks alright. Insector. This is really old school looking. Wow. Insector X. It looks like they improved from Insector. Two different games. One's a puzzle, one's a shooter. So, International Cup 94, another soccer. Iron Horse, old school kind of Western game. Don't really remember too much about it. Ironclad, not too sure either about this one. JJ Squawkers. Just let you know, go back to Ironclad. I'm sure the graphics aren't washed out. Like this is just the screens. They take the screens. They take the screen sometimes from different videos, maybe that they find on YouTube. So maybe this was the best screen they could find for this. But I'm more than sure. Like I've never played this, but I'm more than sure the graphics aren't washed out like you see on the screen here. Just to let you know. JJ Squawkers. Never tried it. Jack the Giant Killer. Not too sure. At least they have some games for the kids. If you ever want to let the kids try the system, there's a few games that they could try. Jackal. Looks kind of familiar, but not. I didn't play it too much myself. Jackie Chan had a fighting game. I didn't even know he really did. Only from seeing some of these other people's listings of games. So I'm not too sure how good it is, though, compared to obviously the Street Fighters and that. And there was a Jackie Chan 2. Not too sure if they made a sequel or not. Jin Salabi Tuhan. I'm going to get tested with these names, guys, so please have patience with me here. Not too sure, again, what this is. Never tried it out. And we're actually... I get carried away, and we're in the J's now, guys. So that's pretty cool. I might even go to K on this one. We'll see. There's a pretty good time on this. Joe and Mac Returns. Seen the games, never really played them, but they looked all right. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Heritage for Future. That's a lot to say. Different fighting game. Again, there's plenty of fighters on here. Well, looks all right. JoJo's Venture, maybe the same game or a double. But yeah, it looks like the same game, not a part 2. Junior Pac-Man. So they got another Pac-Man game on here. This time Junior. Judge Dredd. Tried this a while back, and it's pretty hardcore. It's a pretty difficult game. So if you have to really like the game to play it, but give it a shot if you got it. Jump Bug, never played Jump Bug, or maybe I did. Looks like an old school Atari game, possibly that was on Atari, but yeah, looks all right. Jump Coaster, Jump Kids. Not too sure what this is for. Sort of puzzle game. Jumping Cross, looks like a more updated kind of a Excite Bike that they had for Nintendo, but it was this is the arcade version, so a lot better probably. Jumping Jack, not too sure what Jumping Jack is. Jumping Pop, not too sure what this is. Jungle King. I mean, there's so many games I've never tried. Like I used to play a lot of arcade games, and there's a lot on here I've never even heard of or tried. I mean, a lot of them too are Japanese version games too, so Just let you know, Jungler, never heard of that. Juno Fist, some sort of space shootout. I mean, there's a lot of better ones probably than this on there. Kabuki Clash Boss. Pretty cool. Kind of looks like what do you call that on here? Last Blade, or Samurai Legends in that genre. And we're in the K's. So I think I'll go with the K's. We'll finish off the K's here. So Kakigi, not too sure about Kakigi. Kaiser Knuckle, another fighting one. Chaos, not too sure about the Chaos. Karate Blazers. Action adventure fighting game, looks not too bad. Karen Cross, puzzle game. Karnov's Revenge, or they misspelled it, I guess. Yeah, so another fighter. Kengo. Ever heard of Kengo? Well, looks all right. Kiro. Game for the kids. Kick and Run, another soccer game, but kiddie-like. Kickoff, another one. And you have Kick Rider, so a beat 'em up on the bikes, the top view. Well, probably was a decent game back when, not too sure. Kid Nicky, Radical Ninja. Might have heard of it, not too familiar. Kiki Kaike. Kiki Kai. That's how you say it. Kiki Kai. Never heard of it. Obviously, probably a Japanese game. King and Balloon. Looks like a Defender kind of game. And King of Fighters are classic games, and they got a lot of King of Fighters here. So that was 10th anniversary. They have Final Battle, King of Gladiator. I mean, some of these I can't even tell if they're actual versions. I'm sure they are. Then they got King of the Monsters. These are pretty cool wrestling games, like kind of like the Godzilla's and that fighting, King Kong fighting each other in the city. Pretty cool games. I liked them. King of the Monsters 2. Again, the sequel to the King of Monsters. And you got Kizuna Encounter. Not too sure. Fighter. I mean, you got so many different fighters, though. Who knows if you'll ever play some of these extra ones that, unless you have to be a diehard if you had played some of these other types of games. Knights of the Round, classic, I believe it's a Capcom game. Knights of the Round, this looks like a duplicate. Knights of the Round 2, so there was a number 2 and the same type of stuff. Good games, though. Knights of Valor, another decent game. Knights of Valor 2. Knights of Valor 2, Dragons, might be a duplicate, not too sure. Knights of Valor 2 plus 9 Dragons. Not too sure, might be a duplicate as well. There's a lot of Knights of Valors on here, so who knows? Japanese versions. Knights of Valor 2007, Power Fast. Knights of Valor Plus. Knights of Valor Plus, Power Fast. So I don't know, these probably are duplicates. I can't tell. Knights of Valor Quinzing Han. So there are some different Knights of Valors on here. Knights of Valor Plus, Knights of Valor Superheroes. Wow, do they make a lot of Knights of Valors? Knights of Valor Superheroes Plus. So some of these you might be getting duplicates. Not too sure because I'm not familiar with the Knights of Valor series. Knights of Valor Superhero Z. Knights of Valor Yitzi 1. Knights of Valor Yitzi 2. So obviously these are some duplicate games here. Just different versions. Maybe Japanese, European, whatever the case is. Not too sure. Not too familiar with those Knights of Valor games, but they look pretty cool. Knuckle Bash. Well, this is looks like a. Oh, I thought it was going to be a wrestling game, but looks like it's an action adventure using wrestlers, maybe. Knuckle Bash 2. And there's Knuckle Joe. Wow, that's old school looking. And Kodair Okami, so samurai adventure type game. There's a King of Fighters 2004 New Time, King of Fighters 97. Well, you're getting your King of Fighters itch scratched on this system here. King of Fighters 97 Column Tyrants, King of Fighters 97 Domineering, 97 Evo. I'm not even familiar with, I mean, I know the King of Fighters series, but I'm not sure about all these different names of these different games. Revolution, Assault, 98 SR, Ko Tetsu Yusai Strahol, if that's how you say it. So an action shooting game. Looks alright. Crazy Bowl. So you got some bowling on here, if you want to give that a shot. Kung Fu Master, a classic arcade game. I used to love playing this in the arcade. Very, very good game. Kind of, they take from Bruce Lee's Game of Death with the levels going up in the building. I believe it's 5 levels, which you can actually see on there. So it's 5 floors if you can see past the glare. Sorry, guys. But yeah, good game. Curie Kinton, never heard of Curie Kinton. And Curios, never heard of this either. So that's the case. So we did from H-I-J-K. So we did 4 letter groups here on this one. Well, not too bad. Lots of different games here that you're seeing. So I guess on the next video I will start with the L's, and you'll get a chance to see what the L's have. Starting with Ladybug. So again, thanks for watching these videos. Hope I'm helping you guys out by showing you these lists, and that you're able to get an idea of what's on a system, and hopefully I've come across some games that you liked in the past lists, and yeah, look forward to doing the next video, and hopefully I will see you guys back. And if you have any questions or comments about the system, games, and whatnot, just leave me a comment. I'll try and answer you back as best I can. So thank you for your time for watching, and hopefully I will see you soon on the next video.